Mitch Marner is entering his first Stanley Cup final appearance in his entire career, which leads to the question, which, by the way, he's actually playing really, really well.
Yeah, he is.
He's one of the top scorers on the Vegas Golden Knights, and he's the reigning MVP for the tournament so far. So, brings to the question, was it a Leaf issue or was it a Marner issue? Now, if you look back, they got rid of Mitch Marner, saying he was the problem, it was time for him to move on. Here he goes, enters Vegas, and he's one of the top performers. He's always had playoff struggles with the Leafs.
Yeah.
And now he's one of the top performers in the playoffs and got him to a Stanley Cup final appearance. So
what exactly is going on here? Marner goes and he plays the first couple of playoffs with the Leafs, plays phenomenally, right? Kind of fizzles out after that.
yeah,
And then he goes to Vegas Golden Knights, and he's not the only reason why they're in the position that they're in, but it's still really interesting to see him play like great hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And what does this have in store for Vegas down the road? Let's start maybe with is Marner the only reason they're where they are right now?
he's a big reason
Yeah,
where they are.
how they got over Colorado.
I don't know. He's not the only reason, but he's playing really well, right?
Yeah.
He knows how to set up plays, and he's been right there for almost every single goal that was happening, right? Him with Dorofeev and Jack Eichel
Yeah.
on the line, right? That's a pretty solid line, and they've scored a majority of the points in this postseason for the Vegas Golden Knights. So they are a big reason. He is a big reason why they are here.
And then why wasn't he that much of a reason why, Toronto would not go to the next level and win their games? I wonder what was happening there.
Yeah, because I think it's the cast around him.
Yeah.
Right? If you look at Willie Nylander, Austin Matthews, Matthew Nyes was, and he's a really
Contributor,
good contributor, right? But you look at Morgan Riley, it's just the core four that they had in there, right? The support wasn't around Marner. I think there was some tension between those two, between Marner and the rest of especially Nylander and Matthews, I think.
Yeah.
That caused Marner not to play well. And once you have a good supporting cast around you, you could see how many more doors open up for you, right? He can play a little more freely.
Yeah.
I think that he could in Toronto with John Tortorella. Everybody's wondering how he's going to play under Torts, but Torts can kind of just let him go and let him be who he is and how he plays, and just let him play his game, and that is showing big time in the playoffs. So, but I don't think that happened in Toronto, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. He tried and tried and tried. He was pretty emotional. All of them were, right? And there is still something going on with the Leafs, but at the end of the day, the Leafs, I believe, got rid of him, right? And sent him to Vegas Golden Knights, and here he is in the Stanley Cup final match. I don't think anybody would have predicted, well, there's probably a slight few of people that would have called Vegas Golden Knights in the final, but I know I wasn't one of them.
No,
I did not think they would be able to pass through Colorado Avalanche that easily. And although Marner was a big player in that, there's also a little bit more to the team, including goaltending, to get through Colorado Avalanche.
Absolutely.
That was a big reason. That's what happens when you have one of the league's top scoring teams getting completely shut out and dominated by a hot goaltender.
Yeah.
And so, going into this next final against a hot Carolina Hurricanes, we'll say, it'll be interesting to see how the team all forms around getting the wins there. Is Marner going to keep playing as good as he's playing? Is Carolina going to be shutting him down? And I think the biggest question still is Vegas's goalie going to be playing as well against Carolina Hurricanes as he did against Colorado Avalanche?
Yeah. Look, it's going to be, I think, between these two teams, Vegas and Carolina.
Yeah.
I think they're very defensively rounded teams, right? They have good goaltending on both sides, and the defensive end, they're both really good as well, right? They don't allow much to even get to the net. They block a lot of shots, right? They have, both these teams are fearless when it comes to blocking shots, right? You have a lot of veteran presence on both teams, such as Mark Stone, Eric Stahl, right? They've both been to some high-level games, right? So had a lot of experience, and they both won cups. And then you look at the head coaches from there, right? Controlling them. You have Rod Brendamore, who's been to countless number of conference finals. He's won Stanley Cups in his time too as a player, right?
Yeah.
And John Tortorella, who's won a Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning back in his day, and who's been through so many playoff games, right? So these two teams stack up really well against each other, and I think it's going to be more of a defensive battle. And you have like the goaltending. Freddie Anderson, he's playing phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right? Phenomenal goaltending. And, well, same with Carter Hart.
Yeah.
But if I were to give an edge...
I'd give the edge to Carolina, right?
I think so.
I've been going against Vegas the whole time, so...
Yeah.
I think when it comes to it, this goes back to Marner. When it comes, push comes to shove, you guys both have defensive teams. You guys are going to need to get the guy who can set up the play to get the puck past the goalie. And Marner is one of the top picks for that kind of hockey right now.
Yeah.
Carolina has their own that they'll be relying on. I think overall Carolina might be a bit more of a heavier team. I could be wrong, but they might be a bit more harder hitting than Vegas Golden Knights. So that just means Vegas Golden Knights is going to have to block more shots, which I think they have no problem doing.
No. And Vegas Golden Knights, I think, are a really aggressive team, right? They're very heavy built, strong down the middle. Carolina has a lot of good, fast guys, right? That like to get into the corners and create a lot of problems that way and get to the puck really, really quickly. So it's really a matter of speed and force coming at each other. So it's going to be a very, very tight series, I think.
Is this what we thought would happen?
Not even a little. No.
I did think Carolina would go all the way, but I did not think they would come to meet Montreal. And then Montreal won the first game, which is actually kind of something we called last time.
I do remember saying they're going to win the first game, right? And
the reason
said
why,
Carolina's just going to take over.
Yeah.
So
and the reason why is because Carolina, they won a bunch in a row, had a big break, and then they ended up losing their first game, and they got back on it, and I think won 4-1, right, for the series. Yeah. So they have certainly a talented team to get there. I didn't think it would shake out quite like that, but Carolina managed to get there. And then in the other conference, it's like, what even just happened? You have Colorado put out either Minnesota or Dallas, whoever gets through, and it was Minnesota, and they go on to just get spanked.
Swept.
By not even the Edmonton Oilers.
No.
Vegas Golden Knights. Like, it's just, there were so many less wins throughout the regular season than a lot of those other teams, and they're the ones going through to the finals.
Yep.
Blows my mind.
Yep. It shows you how much of the playoffs are such a different game than the regular season, right?
Yeah.
Once you just need to get there. Once you're there, it's completely open.
Well, and at this rate, too, Carolina's played, 4, 8, 12, 13 games,
Yeah,
I think. They swept 2 series, and then they went to 5 against Montreal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this rate, they'll be beating Vegas in 5 games.
Yeah, if that tracks, yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
boy. So, what's your guess at how you think the series is going to go?
I don't think it's going to be in 5.
Yeah.
I really, really don't. I think this is probably either going to be 6. Probably going to be 6.
And what's going to be the biggest impact?
The biggest impact... I don't know if I have a funny feeling that Vegas might take this series in 6.
Okay.
Just the way they played and conducted themselves in these playoffs, right? John Tortorella seemed to have them playing calm, relaxed hockey, right? There's no fear in them at all.
Yeah. Right?
They're just out there, they're playing. It just seems like it's just another regular season game to them.
Yeah.
And they're just out there doing their thing. I think the key thing is going to be that top line, right? They have a lot of depth in there, right, as well. But heavy hitting, they don't let shots through. I think that's going to be the key to it, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to probably force their way into it.
In 6, eh?
In 6.
I kind of think the other way around. I think Carolina, and I actually think in 5.
In 5?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I really do think so. Carolina, throughout this playoffs, has shown how good they are, how much of a dominant team they are, and at the end of the day, Carolina versus Minnesota, Dallas, Colorado, sure, But frankly, I think they'll find the weaknesses in the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't think Vegas Golden Knights goaltender will be able to play that as well against the dominant Carolina Hurricanes. And that's kind of how I see it going. But I do think Vegas will get a game or two in there. So
Yeah. I don't know. It's I was counting Vegas out most of the series.
Yeah.
And they've proven me wrong every single series, right? They lost a couple of first games to Utah, right? And then they came storming back. And the Ducks as well. They got up to 2 games apiece, and then they just haven't looked back since.
Yeah.
6 in a row for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
And I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. And Mitch Marner, I think, is a big addition.
Yeah.
To their lineup, right?
He's a big reason why they're there.
Addition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dorofeev as well. Yeah, he's been playing phenomenal in this series. So it's going to be a tight matchup, I think.
Yeah.
But gets going on Tuesday.
June 2nd.
2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a fun series to watch.
Yeah.
I think. So you think Carolina?
I do.
Is going to take it?
Yep. And you think Vegas?
I think Vegas. Yeah, I think Vegas is going to take it. Carter Hart will get his first cup.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of Mitch Marner as well will get his first cup. That'll be an interesting story. If Mitch Marner does get a cup, what are the Leafs going to think?
What a whirlwind. Yeah, who knows?
It's just like, well, you get rid of the guy and becomes the MVP of the playoffs, and he wins a cup when he's not with us.
Yeah, lovely.
Well, there's an eye-opener for the Leafs fans and the Leafs squad.
Yeah.
I guess. But, it's going to be a fun series to watch.
Yeah.
But thanks again for watching tonight. We'll leave you with that, and have a wonderful night.
See ya.